It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. A young mother has avoided being sent to jail after pleading guilty to negligent driving occasioning grievous bodily harm for running over a toddler at Woodbury. Jessica Williams had collected her son and was reversing out a driveway in March when she felt a bump before a toddler started screaming. The 2-year-old boy suffered critical injuries. The 23-year-old has been placed on a 3-year community corrections order, disqualified from driving for 2 years and ordered to pay a $1,000 fine. Police say a man arrested at New Lambton over the theft of a motorbike was wanted on 2 outstanding warrants. Officers were called to a store on Lambton Road at Broadmeadow after a stolen motorbike was spotted there. When they arrived, the man fled on foot. The 26-year-old was tracked down a short time later, hiding in a garage on Russell Road. He's been refused bail to face Newcastle local court today on a string of driving and domestic violence charges. Bob's Farm residents are shocked after learning a sand mine proposed for their area will remove 10 million tonnes of earth from the dunes. Around 40 residents have attended a meeting where development company Tattersall Lander explained details of the project. 36 hectares of land will be cleared, while 180 truck movements will be allowed per day under the plan, seeing sand mined to 15 metres below the water table. Port Stephens MP Kate Washington says there'll be widespread consequences.
Bob's Farm Public School has recently celebrated its centenary. If there is a sand mine on its doorstep, with trucks rumbling past every 3 minutes, with air quality issues, families will not want to send their children to that school, and the school will face a serious threat of being closed.
Australia Post says its 3-wheeler electric postie scooters are safe, despite 9 drivers being hurt while on their rounds in Newcastle this year. One postie has labelled the scooters as death traps, saying they can start reversing without warning and don't handle well in the wet. Australia Post says it's worked closely with the manufacturer to modify and improve the safety and stability of the scooters. Mortgage lenders in the Hunter say they're performing well despite falling property prices in the region. Last week it was revealed the Hunter is following a national correction to the market, with house prices falling by 2.2% to a median of $587,000. However, Newcastle Permanent CEO Terry Millett says their latest report has revealed strong growth over the last 12 months as more people turn away from the big 4 banks. He believes with improvements to the Newcastle CBD, development is booming.
We have seen house prices and unit prices are plateauing, but we would expect over time that they would follow the trend in the wider state. But there is really strong demand because, the Hunter is going through such a metamorphosis. You only need to think about what the centre of Newcastle looks like, and it's a wonderful thing to be part of.
With the school holidays wrapping up, the Hunter Medical Research Institute is holding its annual Open Day today. There's a host of activities and displays, including the Lung Loft, where visitors can learn about bacteria and viruses which can impact the airway. They'll be sneezed on with water, confronted with slime, before combating the different bugs with Nerf guns. Or there's the Poo Palace, taking children and adults on a sensory adventure through the gastro tract and raising awareness of intestinal disorders.
2NURFM Sport.
Kick-off of the A-League season is officially just 1 week away, with every club now scrambling to lock in a starting 11 for their respective season openers. The situation is no different at the Newcastle Jets, with the club going as far as to hold an intra-club trial to give players one last chance to impress the coaching staff. Competition is fierce for starting places, with 10 players out of last season's grand final team still at the club, along with a host of new recruits who are all vying for similar positions. Newcastle wheelchair athlete Kurt Fearnley has been honoured by the Sport Australia Hall of Fame overnight, becoming the first disabled sportsperson to take out the Don Award. The prize is given to the most inspirational athlete and was awarded to Fearnley off the back of his many feats across the Paralympic Games, world titles and marathons around the globe. The 37-year-old was not on hand to receive the award in person, as he was busy competing in the Chicago Marathon in the United States. And the Newcastle Knights have confirmed they'll be without handy-back rower Luke Yates in 2019, as the 23-year-old was not re-signed for next season. Yates will instead look to continue his career overseas, with the second rower's management hinting at interest from English Super League club Salford. And the winning numbers in Powerball are 21, 13, 23, 20, 27, 32 and 30, and the Powerball number is 13. 2NURFM News Time, 25 to 9.